Stormy seas rise up, spite lashing rain, and England's shame, we're coming hame.
Hame by Annalena McAfee. Read by Cathleen, McCarron and David Rintoul.
Here's to us, was like us, Guy few, and they're all deed. Scottish toast, traditional. A language is a dialect with an army, attributed erroneously to linguist Max Weinreich, 1944.
Part 1. Incomers.
Hameseek. A lang for hame, lang for the keek o' hame. Ging ony God has mert me out again for shipwreck, my ruchsome heart can dree it. Wit hardship hae a lang sign thold, at sea and fecht, brang on the trial. Grigor McWatt, after Homer, 1942.
The first sight of the island from the east has remained essentially unchanged since the Vikings arrived in the 8th century, crossing the Clinch Straits in their longships with rape and pillage on their minds. Today's visitor, travelling on the ferry and anticipating a little hiking, sightseeing, or a dish of prawns and a sing-song in the pub, sees the same distant wide green platter surmounted by a central conical peak that greeted Sigtryg Barelegs and his warriors when they hastened across the sea to lay waste to the island and its inhabitants. The low whitewashed buildings of today's Fascaray were of course absent in 795, when the Pictish natives, alerted by lookouts on Bain Mamor to the curved prow purposely skimming the waves towards Finvernity Bay, cowered in their summer settlement on the western strand of Lusnahara, while up at the priory, on the tidal islet of Calisay, sandalled monks scrambled to conceal chalice, paten and reliquary casket before the heathen onslaught. Much of the land would have been forested with Caledonian pines, majestic green cluds, cumulonimbi pierced by heathen-aimed spears, as McWatt later described them. Local needs for fuel were then modest, and the timber industry, which was to denude the indigenous forests, was more than 1,000 years in the future, as were the dark regiments of Sitka spruce sent marching over Fascaray's hills in the 20th century by modern plunderers, English accountants exploiting tax loopholes for their clients. But these changes, along with the single-storey croft houses and byres, the fishermen's terraced cottages, the big house, kirk, manse, rudimentary howff or inn, the 19th century innovation of Finvernity Pier, and the narrow granite Temperance Hotel, the 20th century arrival of general store and post office, primary school, gift shop, tea room and museum, and the architectural extravagances of the Balnaseg Centre in the northeast, have no more shaped and defined Fascaray than has the spindrift blown in on its storm-lashed shores. The island, part of the Fascarides archipelago, is a remnant of an extinct Neo-Proterozoic ring volcano, rising from a 40-metre seabed plateau to the 874-metre peak of Bain Mamor, comprising granite, gneiss, pyrite and gabbro-igneous moine rock, a granite ballad, in McWatt's phrase, and has been inhabited for more than 8,000 years. Fascaray's diverse geological features, its lochs and hills, highlands and lowlands, peat bog and forests, its beaches of blonde macher grass and ivory sand, scattered shells and strewn boulders, its steep cliffs and deep caves, contained within the span of a small island that can be circumnavigated on foot in a single summer's day, have in more recent times earned the island the sobriquet Scotland.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?